Wait a minute. Are we live?
Oh, there it is.
Oh, okay. We're live. So, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Freedom Homestead. I am joined today by my good friend Trish from Just So Trish. And some of you guys probably remember, was it last year that we did?
I
Uh,
think we stopped about last year this time.
okay. Yeah. And so we did this over on Trish's channel. And this is not going to be like a regular series because we are very busy mamas. But we did want to pop in. We wanted to share with y'all what we're doing and also, yeah, I don't know.
It's different, isn't it? Because
Yeah.
okay, so in the past, we've run Mama Gets Fit on my channel, and we're kind of laughing. I'm not really used to being on the guest side, and I think Tangi's having a moment going, wait, I'm on the driver's side.
Yeah.
Mama Gets Fit. So this is really exciting to get to come over here on this. We haven't done Mama Gets Fit since about no, I was like at the beginning of the summer of 2018, and we just needed to take, we're moms. So if for those that don't know me, I'm Just So Trish. I am a homeschool mom of 6 kids, and we live tiny. We have a house being overran with a 4-H homestead. I'm going to call it a 4-H homestead because I think that's about the best way to explain it. It's overran with 4-H project pigs and 4-H project goats and goat milk, and we're building a tiny house right now. And I'm just a hot mess express that that just loves Tangy to death, absolutely. And we were doing the Mama Gets Fit, and it's just was a series of conversations that we would have over different topics of just trying to stay healthy, wellness, and the extra mom pounds that sneak up when a pan full of brownies were made, you know,
Yep.
because they love you.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. And I don't know. I feel like, when you're a busy mom, you kind of get stuck in ruts and it's easy to get off the plan, get off track. But, the whole point is you get right back on. And so, anyway, so we're going to kind of give an update. We're going to talk about why we keep going back to Weight Watchers because we've done keto, we've done Trim Healthy Mama, we've done counting calories, we've done shakes, we've done intermittent fasting, but we keep going back to Weight Watchers. So we're going to talk about that. But before we do that, let's say hi to our friends who have joined us. We've got 32 people watching. Thank y'all so much for being here. We've got Karen, Kendra, Daisha, Will from the Weekend Homestead, Cheryl, Stacy, A Joyful Home, Gina, Danielle. Hey, Erin, good morning. And then Rick and Alicia. I guess Alicia is with us this morning. Homemade Home, Picket Farm. Goodness, we got more friends coming in. Hello, Lily. Um, okay, so we hope everyone is having a good morning. And so let's just kick this off. We're going to start with kind
Go
of
ahead.
our Wellness Wednesday. I'll give you all my update. So first, hey, there's Rachel. So normally when I do my Wellness Wednesday, I talk about how my week went. Did I have any progress on the scale and what I plan on doing going forward? So just to let y'all know, I've had a very, very crazy week. We've been on the go and it's going to be that way. It's going to be that way for the rest of up until fall. So no excuses, no excuses. I adjust where I need to adjust and just get her done. But I've made really good eating decisions. I've made some poor ones, but my hard work is paying off and I actually am down 2 pounds this week. So woohoo.
Woohoo! Let's give the
Yeah.
girl a hand.
Yeah. I'm excited. I'm excited. So my plan going forward this week is I'm doing some major freezer meal planning. So this week's grocery haul is going to be, and I've already got recipes printed off, is going to be freezer meals. I'm going to have the points counted. I'm going to try to make these as Weight Watcher friendly as possible. But we've got softball, we've got shooting with 4-H, we've got, of course, our regular, homeschool, homesteading. I'm going hopefully today to pick up some compost for our garden bed. So garden season has started. It's just a very hectic time, but I do not want that to hinder me from making good food choices and getting all of this weight off. I feel wretched. So, anyway, so that's my Wellness Wednesday, down 2 pounds, moving forward, freezer meals for this hectic schedule. No excuses. Life is going to be life no matter what we're doing. It's just.
So what's your backup? What's your favorite backup? So my favorite backup is I keep frozen cooked chicken breast in the freezer and bags of broccoli. So when I just have not planned and I have all my family to feed, I will heat up a piece of chicken breast and I will heat up a bag of broccoli, and I will literally eat a pound of broccoli with like a little spray butter and some garlic. And that's what I eat. And in fact, for those that do the keto diet, that works for it. But that kind of works for both of them. But for me, like that's a good like little niche to know. The other one I like to do is keep a big thing of chili. And then it's easy to have I like a bowl of chili. It keeps me full. But come to find out, my body has not been very agreeable to spicy. And I'm just kind of laughing. I'm like, how could it not be agreeable to spicy? Because I love spicy. But, part of growing old, your body goes through like little mini seasons of, we don't want to digest that right now. That needs to go away.
Yeah. My backup is home canned chicken. And in fact, I need to do more. But yeah, I mean, that is a 0-point food. It can be the base of so many different quick meals. Yesterday, I posted a video, my top 5 favorites, or my top 5 Weight Watcher friendly meals. And so I made it's a gargantuan plate of chicken fried cauli rice. And I use my home canned chicken. It's just rice, cauliflower. The only points that were in it were was the sesame oil that I used, but it was very tasty. It was filling, and it was really quick to throw together because I used the canned chicken. So I definitely need to can some more chicken, but that was most definitely my go-to or my time saver. But yours sounds good too.
I had a rough week. I won't lie. I'm not getting on the scale for you mamas that know it's Shark Week, and I'm not getting on scale on Shark Week. I'm sorry. I've taken down 2 pans of brownies. It really just was one of those. It's like, it's all right. It's chocolate. It's how it goes. And I'm just like, you know what? I want to do this for the rest of my life. And I need to be allowed, and I need to not have, Chaos and Grace is here.
Yeah.
And I need to be able to be in a place that I can have a couple of days where I can just do dumb eating things and not live with guilt. Oh, you need to get in there. Did I tell you I live in a tiny house? It's tiny. This is the extent of my kitchen.
Yeah. Hidden Harvest Grow Lights is raving about the keto diet. I've done keto. Trish has
I've done keto.
And I will tell you why I love it and why I'm choosing not to do it. I love it because just like you said, no cravings, high energy, high brain function, all of that stuff. I completely agree. The food is delicious. It's rich. It's satisfying. It's awesome. Here's why I'm not doing it. I'm doing it because it's expensive. It's not realistic for my lifestyle to stick to. And also because, and I'm just going to tell you, I'm going to be honest. I already have issues with constipation, and it did not help. It does not help in that category. So I need all the fiber. I need grains. I need all of those things to, and it's a balance. It's having a balance. So I agree 100% with everything that you say about it. And I tried it for a solid month, and I lost 7 pounds but I went off of it. As soon as I went off of it, I ballooned up to 20 pounds. And that's not even really overeating. That was just eating things that weren't keto friendly. And yeah.
I have
And
to
then
give my,
plus,
I got to give you my 2 cents.
well, and I was
So,
also going to say, and plus I was absolutely miserable to the point that I considered going to the doctor because of the havoc that it wreaked on my intestines.
I remember that.
Yeah.
So my number one reason why, so I did keto off and on for about 2 years, and I kept going back. And I'm going to be honest with you, I did not lose weight. What I did was get smaller, and everybody's like, well, it's not the scale that counts. It's, your pant size. That's fine. And I didn't have a problem with that. But what I ran into, hold on a second. Please do not cook while I'm doing this. I promise you, we're not going to be on late today. Just, nope. So, we went for I went off and on, and I kept having some issues. And in this last time, I finally stopped because my doctor got onto me. All of my major organs were inflamed. They were actually swelled. My liver, my kidneys, my gallbladder, my lack of gallbladder, but the bile that was coming, that would still be produced from everything was angry. And it doesn't work for my body. Unfortunately, it does not work for my body. But the other issues I started running into was this constant emotional roller coaster on, am I in or out of ketosis? Am I eating too much? And granted, when I was doing the program right, I didn't have the food cravings. I felt free from food. But the moment I had one little thing off, it did this biological warfare in my system. But then the emotional roller coaster I would go on, because now I'm not eating right. And that probably was the hardest for me. And coming back into Weight Watchers now, just on background, I started Weight Watchers 18 years ago on an old program. And it's always what I went back to. It was the first time I had a handle on food. And after my 6th baby, I just wasn't feeling the high fiber, you're allowed to eat sugar, low fat mantra. I definitely was like, I needed fat in my life. And that's probably the biggest reason why I ran first to Trim Healthy Mama and then into ketoism, because the high fat was going to be amazing. Unfortunately, my organs don't like it. My brain loves it. My organs don't like it. And when I realized I need to just go back to tried and true, and the program had changed, that they're bringing back the fat, I'm like, thank you, people are listening. And it gave me that balance back. And I realized, okay, I need to, this is what works for me. But coming back in, knowing how to put it, knowing those things, it took me a long time to get over the guilt-ridden emotional complex because I just ate a potato.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm allowed to eat a potato. But I mean, psychologically, it took me a few months to shake.
Yeah.
Did you have that?
No, but I know exactly what you mean though. I mean, I don't know. To me, it wasn't, am I in ketosis? Am I in ketosis? Is like, this food is delicious and it's working. So, I did lazy keto. I don't know if that's what you did.
Probably.
But yeah, but for me, I mean, I make all of my family's homemade bread. I use healthy ingredients. I use, real butter, and I use organic olive oil, and things like that. And I'm like, so I'm like you, that, and I know that's a problem that a lot of people had with Weight Watchers was, they're not, it's a low fat or whatever. So that we're going to get into just a second, how we modify Weight Watchers for ourselves. And in fact, it was funny because yesterday, in the video that I posted yesterday, I had put a banana in a protein shake, and someone asked me if I counted the banana. I said, no, I don't count the banana. It's 0 points. And they're like, well, if you blend it, you count it.
Yeah, I can't get into that. I'm too old.
Well, it's just that's silly to me. And she messaged me on Instagram, and we were talking about it, and she said that it is a debate in the Weight Watcher world. And I'm like, look, if it's 0 when it's whole, it's 0 when it's blended. That's that's silly. But another thing that I don't count is avocados.
Yep.
It's a vegetable. I mean, I know it's fat. It's got the wonderful omega-3s. I'm not going to dock myself Weight Watcher points for having an avocado. I also don't count healthy fats that I use when I'm cooking. So if I put just a little bit of butter or a little bit of organic olive oil in my pan when I'm sauteing, I don't count it because I know I'm not going overboard. And I feel like it's silly. If you don't count spraying the fake stuff, and I'm not docking the fake stuff, if you use it, good for you. But, you use so many sprays at 0 points. Well, I'm going to use a drizzle of organic olive oil. I'm not counting it.
I agree. So things I don't count. I try actually, I kind of, let's just go with the fact that I'm so all or nothing. My ADHD is like, we're either on it or we're not. So what I try to do, and I know that some people would consider this very yo-yo-ish, but I consider it very ADD-ish in my life, is when I'm on it, I try to do very much to be on it. And when I'm not on it, I try to keep it buffered so I'm still partly on it. And I don't use my weekly points. So the whole premise for those that aren't aware of Weight Watchers is you get a daily allowance of points, you get weekly points to then kind of have bonus. It's like your earn money or spend money. What's that word?
Blow money.
Blow money, pocket money. So kind of pocket points, your blow points. And then you can then on top of it earn more points. And then on this whole scheme of things, they have all these 0 points. And then they tell you, don't spend your life in 0 points because you will then actually really be accruing points. So they have this kind of scale. For me, psychologically, I'm an overeater. I am an emotional eater. I am a boredom eater. I just like to eat. And I don't have that. It should be enough. We need it. So the point ranges really help me kind of keep track of where I'm going. But with that said, I don't count my weekly points. I don't use my weekly points. I have no plan to use my weekly points. And I don't use my exercise points. And I don't do it because I don't count kombucha. I don't count kefir. I don't count avocados. There's a lot of little things I don't count. And I don't care about how much I eat on 0 points. I like those aspects of a guide. And the reason I don't count them is the moment I start associating a point with kefir, I will stop drinking it. Mm-hmm. The moment I start counting a point with kombucha, I will stop drinking it. And I want the probiotic benefits without associating it as negative points.
Yeah. I think that's, yeah, I agree. I agree with you. So if any of you are in the chats that are on Weight Watchers, have you modified, or if you're on any eating plan, is there something that you're supposed to limit or whatever, but you don't because of the nutritional value? But yeah, I agree with you on, and I'm the exact same way. And you were talking about overeating, and I kind of thought, I realized that things that are good for me, I don't overeat on because, well, I guess because you're getting the nutrition that you need and then your body becomes satiated and enough is enough. But it's when I'm eating things that are bad that I overeat. So I'm not going to overeat a salad and I'm not going to overeat fruit. I will overeat the brownies.
I've done that this week. And, and that I think that's a big part too, that I've really grown. One of the things that I've changed is I've stopped watching people trying to lose weight, and I'm making it a point to watch people who are maintaining their weight. And that mind shift for me, 18 years, I know how to lose weight. I've never been really good at maintaining the weight loss. So 18 years later, I'm like, I need to be watching people who have lost the weight. And it's fun watching them because they do go up and down and up and down. And they talk about, they're like, yeah, that wasn't so smart this last week. So this week I need to really buckle down. And then going back to finding that, that even playing field. But I like Family Roots Farm. I know are you itching to answer that question? I love theirs. I looked in the Weight Watchers, but it is not in the budget to join. So what I love about Tangi and I is I pay for it and
I don't. So, how I have gotten around actually joining Weight Watchers is I have an app called I Track Bites. I can't remember how much it costs because I started using it a couple of years ago, and it was like $3.99. Then later, I upgraded all of it, and it was like a one-time fee of, I don't know, like $12.99 or something. But now I think there's an you pay a fee and then it renews annually. But it's still cheaper than a Weight Watchers subscription. So what I do is I count. It goes right along with the freestyle points. Only thing is, and this is one thing that confuses a lot of people, is if you look up something on your app. So if you look up eggs, it's actually going to have a points value, but that's because it's going by the nutritional content, not the freestyle list, not the 0 point freestyle list. So there's a little switch on when you pull it up that says 0 point food. So you just hit 0 point food, and then from then on it counts it as 0 points. So so you do have to tweak it a little bit. It's not perfect, but it's less expensive, and it works for my budget. And then I turn to Pinterest. I turn to YouTube. I follow other YouTubers that do Weight Watchers, and they share their meal plans and things like that. And they talk about the point system. So, so that's how I do it. And it's great. I enjoy it very much. Now, that's not to say that I wouldn't like to actually join Weight Watchers. I do really feel like there are some benefits to actually joining it if you can afford it. I really think that the accountability, the community, the meetings, having all of that, I am 100% certain that people lose more weight going that route than they do going on their own.
So I've done Weight Watchers 3 ways. I've done it. I started off in meetings. I've done online only, and then I've done it by not even being, paying for the membership. I will say in the very beginning, the first time I did Weight Watchers, I was about 23 years old, and I had never had control of my health at all, ever. And I thought eating pasta was diet food. I'm not going to lie. I really was a bit confused about vegetables. And I went to the meetings. I lost 35 pounds. I mean, I went from not hot to hot, and it was at the time my husband had proposed to me, and I'm like, I don't want a size 16 or 18. I think it was an 18 wedding dress. I'm like, nope, I will be back. And they're like, everybody says that, nobody does it. Well, sure as heck I did. I showed back up and I needed a size 8. And I did that in the course of 4 or 5 months. But going to the meeting was really helpful to me because they talked about solutions. But I'm going to tell you, not all meeting leaders are the same. And I've seen some really great ones, and I've seen some just, not that great on giving you support. And most times, if you get a good group of people, it works out really good. I do the online. I do the online for the ease, because my phone does not do iTrack Bites. My phone's too out of date to do iTrack Bites. And in fact, my phone's too out of date for the Weight Watchers app also. So what I do is I have the homepage for Weight Watchers on my phone's internet or web browser. And I just stuck a homepage there onto my homepage, and I can just click it and it sends me. And I don't honestly know the difference if I'm not in the app or not. It works out okay. And I don't track every day. Oh, that's the other thing. If I'm on it, I'll track. And most times I might not track the other day. I decided for my overall, financially, I can afford to do it. And for my overall just kind of mental and emotional state, it's just easier having it. And if I'm having a day I need inspiration, I can go on the Connect. But honestly, you can do that on Instagram. I don't know. I like their database for calculating your points the best, but that's what I'm paying for, because I can't do iTrack Bites. I think it's hit or miss. The one nice part is if you are an online subscriber only, you can go to a Weight Watchers meeting. You can sit in on a meeting. You cannot weigh in, but you can sit on a meeting, and you can go buy groceries. So they have some pretty phenomenal snacks, and they have some duds. I'm not gonna lie. It's not like, oh, everything they have is amazing. But if you try to buy any of their Weight Watcher brand stuff that they sell in their little store setup at the meetings, it's like 10 times the price on Amazon. And so, so sometimes it's worth it. Other times you can just find your own stuff at another store that's similar. And that's why I like watching a lot of the YouTubers that are lifetimers, because they've got the snacks figured out.
Mm-hmm. So did I hear you right that if you do the Weight Watchers online, you can sit in on the meetings, but you can't weigh in?
I don't know if they have a limit, but I've heard that you can go sit in on one meeting. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if you can go sit on multiple meetings, but you cannot weigh in. So they're not going to hold you accountable. They're not giving you a sticker or a charm by any which means, but you can go. And I think even as if you're looking into Weight Watchers, you could even go and preview a meeting before committing.
I've been to one, and that was, I don't even know, a decade ago.
Was it a dud or was it the bomb diggity?
It was, I mean, I didn't go back. So that tells you anything.
That tells you.
But I do have a friend that I went to high school with. She has lost a lot of weight. She's a lifetime member, and now she is a Weight Watchers person. She does the meetings.
You should go to her meetings.
Well, she doesn't live here because, I'm from Georgia originally, but she's doing amazing, and she is so inspirational and motivational. So I stalk her on Instagram and Facebook.
I stalk her too.
Yeah, she's awesome. She does so great. But Kentucky Preacher's Wife, hey lady, said, I'm having trouble figuring out the iTrack bites. I guess I need to look around on there more. I track because of kidney disease and alpha-gal disease. I wish there was a way that I could like do a video and then just kind of walk people through, but I film with my phone, so that's going to be kind of hard. But yeah, once you get in there and you get it all figured out, it is simple. But I think the main problem is when you look up food, 0 point food is going to have a points value just because, like I said, it goes by the nutritional value, not because it's on the 0 point list. So you kind of have to tweak some of it. But let's see. Jennifer says, who do y'all follow either on YouTube or Instagram for weight loss inspiration? This is a good one. Okay, so I'll give a couple, and then you can give a couple if you want to do it that way.
Because I'm pulling up my Instagram right now because I'm not filming with my phone because I couldn't figure out how to do it.
Yeah, and I will say this: even though I don't do keto anymore, I still watch Keto Connect. I love watching Keto Connect. I think they're
awesome. I love those too,
especially when they do the when they eat and then they do like those murder mystery stories. Have you watched any of those episodes, like the unsolved mysteries? That's really cool. That was genius on their part. I don't know whose idea it was for them to do that, but it's really cool. So anyway,
keep talking because I'm old. I mean, I'm having my like. I know enough, but sometimes my brain and my fingers don't work enough on here.
Okay, so I really like Amanda. I think you say her name Seipert or Seipert. She does, she's lost, I think, 30 pounds. She's a lifetime member. She started with iTrack Bites and then eventually joined Weight Watchers. And she shares her meal preps, grocery hauls, recipes, things like that. She's a lot of fun to watch. She's a young lady, and she has a lot of great stuff. Also, Mother of One, she follows me, and so I started watching her stuff because she was like, kind of cheered me on. I was like, let's see if she actually posts videos. Well, she does. She's also a lifetime member, and she does like what I eat in a day videos, and so I've learned a lot from watching her.
So can you see that?
Yeah, let me switch this video over to you. Okay, so this is someone on Instagram that you follow?
Yeah, she's on YouTube also. So what is that? Felicity Fitness
Felicia?
Health. Felicia, yeah.
Yeah, it's Felicia Fitness Health. Yes.
She's lost 145 pounds.
Wow.
Yeah, and she has like the Felicia combo. She's really just a great hot mess of a mom that is super, super adorable.
Oh,
And she is super cute. And she is open about hiding her skin. So she is, let's see, is this one of them? And so she has grocery hauls. I have to see what I'm looking at. She has grocery hauls. So like I will scan through there going, oh, well, what did sister buy? What do I need? You know, she'll show you what her fridge looks like.
Oh, nice.
I would never do that because mine's not that clean. She is amazing. And look, this is what I love about her. This is what I love about her. She's showing you her skin.
Yeah.
And yeah, you know, and she's just open about it and what she deals with. But she's 145 pounds. 145 pounds. She's amazing.
So
And
does she
go ahead.
talk about is she planning on having a tummy tuck, or is she just gonna?
I got no idea. Look, that's her now and then.
Wow. She's beautiful in the wedding picture too.
Oh, she's gorgeous. She's a really gorgeous person. Lots of great meal inspirations. I love her meal inspirations.
That's
So
awesome.
she's one of my favorites. I think mostly because she eats. She
Yeah.
reminds me a little bit of like a trucker would eat, and that's how I eat. Like, give me some garbage potatoes,
Yeah.
garbage omelet. I need a garbage omelet.
Yeah.
And
So Carlton Family Farm says, what is your take on intermittent fasting? I'm thinking of doing intermittent fasting 2 days a week, and then 2 days have only 600 calories, which would be lots of fruit and water.
I intermittent fast. That's one thing that did carry over from keto. So I am back on it now that Shark Week has started and not just the prelude of it. I intermittent fast till about noon, but then I eat all my points. And that was the big thing. And there's one that's like 5 miles to dinner is a YouTube channel. And all she has done is intermittent fasting. I think it's 5 miles to dinner. So her whole thing is she tries to walk 5 miles a day before she ends her fast and she starts eating. But she'll tell you she eats like 3 plates of spaghetti. Wow. She's like, I eat what I want. I just don't eat before.
It's called up 5 miles to dinner.
I think it's 5 miles to dinner. It's a YouTube channel. But anyways, here's the problem. If you're going to intermittent fast, you will begin starving if you don't eat sometime. And giving your body a break is phenomenal. And that's one of the biggest things I learned by doing keto is that break in your food and allowing your body a little break to digest. So I feel my best is when I eat all my points for the day, but I don't start eating till 1 o'clock and I'm done eating by 7 or 8 p.m. So or 6 miles to supper. That's what it is. 6 miles to supper.
I was trying to find it and couldn't find it. Okay, 6 miles.
And she's got some good ones. And I'm not going to lie. I didn't think I'd be one of those people, but I'm like, I feel like she's too skinny, which cracks me up because I know she's eating a pile of food. She just eats at night. But that's all she did. That's all she did. Wow. So I feel my best if I don't start eating till after 1 o'clock, noon, 1 o'clock. But I'll drink coffee and I'll put stuff in my coffee. I have 0 point coffee, but I use the skinny syrups. This is my favorite right now. I found it at like a Marshall's, really cheap, and now I'm like a lover of it. And because of it, now I have to order it on Amazon at $10, and I bought this thing for $4.
Wow! I actually have one of those in mocha that I got for $3.99 at TJ Maxx.
Yeah, well, I should have bought all of them, and I have a couple other ones. I like the coconut one. I've got like the peppermint bark. I didn't like that one. It's too pepperminty, but I have that and the Aldi's stevia. And that's what I put in my coffee. But I was a big time cream person in my coffee. I wanted it to be light brown, and I don't do that anymore. I can drink black coffee with a little sweetener, and I will drink on that. I will probably have a cup of kefir. I do juice kefir. So I know there's sugar in it, but I don't care. I ignore those points, and I have my probiotics. And for me, that keeps all the good stuff moving through the lymphatic system moving.
Yeah.
Um, Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm not there yet. I like cream in my coffee, so I'll do the fat-free half and half, and that's pretty good. Which really, fat-free half and half, it's pretty much whole milk. I mean, let's be real. Except it says fat-free. I don't know.
I've done fat-free milk. Like when I go to Starbucks, a lot of times I'll have some meetings that we'll meet at Starbucks for, and I'll get like the Americana because that's the only thing they're serving in decaf at night. So I'll get like a decaf Americana with fat-free milk. And, so that's in a couple pumps of sugar-free, whatever syrup they have. And that gives me that warm and cozy because I do like, to me, coffee is like a warm liquid hug.
It is. It's a hug in a mug.
It's a hug in a mug. And I've been learning to hug my cactus without cream and still get that warm and cozy feeling. Mama Tracy made it.
Yay. And there's Back to Basics with Crystal. I like her channel too. Just started following her not that long ago.
I'm gonna have to follow her.
Really good. Crystal, you were the one that did the mock pineapple, right? Did you know that you can mock pineapple from zucchini, overripe zucchini?
No.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to follow that.
Yeah. That I was like, what? So anyway, super cool. And then she makes like you can make pizza with it and pineapple upside down cake. Anything that you would put canned pineapple in or on, you do this mock pineapple. It's pretty awesome. Okay. So
I know I'm not gonna be a pusher, but I'm like, we gotta go soon.
Yeah, we do. So let's talk really quick about struggles. Like what are your weaknesses? I know what mine is. Mine is brownies, cookies, cakes. I still struggle with the sugar. And I'm fine if it's not in the house. I'm absolutely perfectly fine if it's not around. I can even go, out to eat and not even think about it. But if my daughter makes it, or if I'm at somebody's house and they're like, you want a piece of cake? Yes, I do.
I've actually found, so first off, I have lots of like great recipes that you can kind of make a pancake that's low points, and you can make a waffle. And I have found that is the snowball effect. It will snowball affect me. The moment I start eating sweet, I will snowball to no tomorrow. So I try to stay away from all of the mock ice creams and mock bakery items because I have no self-control. Second, I found my greatest success is when I'm not in my house. So we have a second outer building that I oftentimes will be at, but I run into some just logistic issues with kids. So I tend to be back in the house. When I'm in the house, I want a snack. When we're out and about, it's hard. So one of my hardest parts, we were at the fair. I did really well, but it was hard to plan for the fair and be prepared. And that running around, not quite running around, but where you have to run and be somewhere, but then you have to actually have all your food prepped to be there, and they're serving you funnel cakes at the same time. That's really hard. I want an elephant ear. I'm not gonna lie. I want an elephant ear. Those things are really hard for me. But the other aspect is I'm an emotional eater. I'm a boredom eater. I'm an eater. So for me, being in my house is probably the hardest. And, then on top of the fact that I'm a stress eater and I have 6 kids and keeping everything together, and so that's why I like to have those, like, I know I can heat up a piece of chicken and have some broccoli, because I need to realize, like, I might only have a little tiny bit of energy unit left for me. Why I have the mountain to climb for my kids. And knowing that I'm going to climb the mountain for my kids to take care of things that I need to take care of as a mom. I need to know that I have something I can just fall back on, even if it's boring.
Right. Yeah. You're talking about the boredom thing. And I think you and I talked about this the other day. That's me too. I find that sometimes if I'm craving something, if I find something to do, and then the next thing I know, an hour has passed and I got through that hour without giving into into a brownie or whatever. But there's been times where I'm just like, I could really go for a brownie right now, but you know what? That pantry needs to be reorganized. And so I'll get up and I'll try to, just do something to make myself busy. But I think one trap that I fall into is, especially my husband and I, we like, at the end of the day, when the kids go to bed, we stay up and we watch our shows and we usually snack. And so I think I told you I need to get back into like needlepoint or crocheting or something to keep my hands busy. So that way I'm not tempted to dip into a chip bag or.
Here's what I'm having a hard time with. Okay, let's talk corn. So number one, you feed pigs corn. I don't want to be a pig. My father-in-law always says that. He's like, hogs eat corn. And and so for a long time, Weight Watchers was like, corn has points. Corn and potatoes and carrots have points. And now they're like, potatoes have points, corn and carrots do not. Okay, so I can eat a can of corn for 0 points. But if I take dry corn and pop them in the microwave, they now have points. And I have a hard time with that. One of my favorite go-to in the past was popcorn. Mm-hmm. Popcorn has points, but the whole kernel corn does not. So I definitely am on the place where I'm like, nope, it doesn't have points in my book. I'm living without points. Now, the stuff you put on it gives you points. Right. So what I like to do is I have one of the microwave poppers. I think we got ours at like a Marshall's or Ross or something. We have Bell's Outlet down here. In Florida, we have Bell's Outlet. That's our jam. Mm-hmm. But I went there and probably for $6, I bought this like Nordic popper, and you put a quarter in there and you can pop it. So it's almost the equivalent to air popped popcorn. And then now listen, I eat junk. I'm not gonna lie. I'm, as much as I want to stay at, being a whole food person, it's not my realistic jam. I got too much else going on. I need to do what's easy, but I can spray that down with some, can't believe it's not butter, put a little garlic salt on it, or I might put a little, our favorite is the chili lime. Mm-hmm. And then I will snack on that. And for me, that works out really well, because if I can stay away from the sugar and I can stay towards the salt, I have a much better balance.
Yeah. I think that's probably, it's probably something I need to concentrate on, is not giving it to, because I do try to kind of psych myself out with like a healthier sweet. So like, who was it that said, Daisha was talking about Amanda, I think Seifert. I don't know how you say her last name either. She has a video on a 1 point brownie, and I have seen that. I think she uses like, is it unsweetened applesauce and plain fat Greek yogurt, plain fat, you know what I'm saying? Plain non-fat Greek yogurt in it. But yeah, but it's just getting that sweetness in your mouth, and then it needs to be followed by more sweet, and then more sweet. And then when you've had enough, you got to end it with something salty. So, what you got?
It's right here at my freezer. This is my birthday cake. I have no idea how I made it. I'm not going to lie. I used the Kodiak chocolate muffin mix. So it's Kodiak, and then I think I paired it up with I don't know, I found it on Pinterest and I made it. They come up to 2 of these little muffins are 3 points. Which is not really enough for me, but whatever. They're not that sweet. I'm just gonna, okay, secret weapon number 1, just don't make it taste good. You make it taste okay, you're not going to be like, I have to eat more. And I think that has been like really helpful. Go ahead, start doing your stuff. You're starving, I know. That has been probably the most helpful thing that has helped me this round. If it's not just over the top amazing in my mouth, I don't have to keep eating it.
True.
And I'm not gonna lie, they're not over the top amazing. In fact, then they get stuck to the tissue, the muffin,
The wrapper.
the
Yeah.
wrapper, and then that's kind of, then you're trying to eat the pieces off the wrapper, but you're eating the wrapper, and then you're like, well, this is taking me off. I'm good.
Yeah.
But it's not super sweet. It doesn't send off those things. So it's easier just to have one.
Mm-hmm.
And that's one of the biggest things I've learned. If it's just kind of okay food, you can eat just one. But
Yeah.
it's just kind of like fantastic in your mouth. There's no stopping.
Yeah. I actually did buy some of that because I found it at my salvage store for $2.99 for that box. Is that a good price?
Okay. Yeah, that is. I think it runs around about $4.99. I found it buy one get one at Publix.
Oh, cool. Well, we don't have a Publix, but I saw that for $2.99 at my salvage store, and I was like, "Ooh, Trish made stuff with that," so I grabbed it. And I haven't made anything with it, but I am planning on, meal prepping and getting some muffins made and putting them in the freezer. Another sweet. I'm trying to remember where I saw it or who I heard it from, but they were talking about having those that are called pizzellis. Is that what they're called? The
Those
waffle looking.
cookies.
Yeah, that with some, I think it's like the Fit and Active whip topping on it, and it's like one smart point. But anyway, but what my point was instead of going for something sweet, just to go for something, because I know that I won't overeat on salty things because that's not my
Achilles heel.
yeah, it's definitely the sweet. So that's just something that we have to, the struggle is real, trying to keep it in check. So I think, are we getting, oh, we still have 10 minutes. We're good. We're doing good. Okay, so let's look at some of the
How about
comments.
veggie straws?
Huh?
Veggie straws.
Oh yeah, those are good. And I didn't overdo it on those either when I had them. Let's see. Hey, Mary and City Girl Country Heart is here. Let's see. Whole Picture Homestead. One way to help with sugar cravings is potassium. If you get a little thing of salt replacement from Walmart and eat a little of it and drink a little water. Huh. We'll have to try that. Sullivan Homesteader, hey, said, has anyone seen the Prep Whisperer on YouTube? She's fantastic. A lot of recipes. She is a leader. Cool. I'll have to check her out. City Girl said, can't do keto, but need to find a way to lose weight. Yeah, I think the main thing, calories in, calories out. I mean, I think that's the thing. Brianna says, I love keto. I feel so good on it. I did too, except for my stomach, but my brain, my energy, all of that was good. But yeah, I literally, and I'll just tell you, I couldn't go to the bathroom, and I thought I was seriously considering making a doctor's appointment. And then I called my friend who is an ER nurse, and I said, how do you know that you're to a point where you need to go to the doctor? And then she told me, and it sounded horrible. And I said, okay, well, I'm not there yet, but I'm in pain and I'm hurting. And so I ended up going to my nutrition store, getting some fiber capsules and some magnesium citrate, and that helped. But for me, that alone was enough to not want to do keto anymore. And I know a lot of people said, oh, your body will eventually adjust and it'll eventually work out.
I never did.
For a whole month. And yeah, it was bad.
Not to get detailed, but it's nice not to wake up in the midnight pains of that.
Yeah.
Because for some reason, it will wake you up at night.
Mm-hmm.
And since leaving keto in December, it's been good. No, none of that's been happening.
Yeah. Let's see. Mary says, I love fat bombs. Yes, fat bombs were a delight on keto. And one thing I will say too is that I struggle with, and I guess because I stopped using it for a long time and trying to start using it again, just artificial sweeteners or stevia, it just leaves that kind of aftertaste. And to me, it's not enjoyable. So even if I do make something sweet with it or try to drink it, it's not sugar. And so I've even switched to pure cane sugar. And to me, it's still like, I still like if I'm, whatever I make with it. Now, baked goods, it's not noticeable, but sweet tea, my family is like, what's wrong with this tea? And I'm like, there's nothing wrong with it. I just didn't use GMO beet sugar. I used pure cane sugar. And I'm like, that tastes weird. But it's just an
I've
adjustment.
got my point. I got to the point I can drink it. I can drink. I don't know how. I think they're going to revoke my citizenship of the South, but I can drink it without sugar now, which I never even knew was. I didn't actually think that was possible. If you from the South, you understand. But I can drink it without sugar, but I will say I don't like brewing it and drinking it. I like drinking somebody else's sugar-free, no sugar added tea. Like McDonald's, I can drink McDonald's tea like nobody's business. That's no sugar.
Wow.
And that's been kind of helpful for me. I do run into like the soda is an issue. I need to be back into making tea.
Yeah, my thing is, well, and I have actually gotten to where I don't hardly ever drink sweet tea anymore. Where I drink sweet tea all day, I drink water, and kombucha. So that's, and I only have kombucha. I have one a day, like one bottle a day. So I'll have it with dinner usually. But so I have been doing good with that. I'm trying to get water in. I got a new water bottle and it holds a quart, and I'm trying to drink 2 of those a day. But I don't love water. So it's a struggle, but I'm trying.
I feel like one of the things I've noticed is after too much like diet soda, too much Crystal Light kind of flavoring stuff, I just feel ugh. And trying to be better about that is hard.
Yeah.
Not yet. Wait. Go ahead.
Well, I think we need to start winding down. What about you? Is there anything that you want to try doing better going forward? Like, is there any areas you're like, I know I'll be more successful if I do this?
Okay, so you very much know Tangi is like the budget queen to me. And in the past, I've been really good about doing a budget. And in the last few years I haven't. And I'm actually trying to rein in our budget and do more meal planning because we're trying to build a house on cash. And my husband showed me my credit card bill and I realized, oh, we could easily build a house on cash if I quit with the latte spending.
Oh, me.
And I'm like, okay, I'm getting on it. One of the hard parts is it's really easy to go ultra low on spending, but then you don't have the tools you need to be planned out. And I'm not really good at preparing menu plans and sticking with them, or even coming up with what we want to eat. I'm very spur of the moment. So I'm definitely working towards creating, even if it's a 2-week meal prep list, in order to simplify my grocery shopping to save money. So I'm definitely thinking I probably need to go into brewing tea and get off of my soda addiction. One of my ways of doing the soda addiction was I went to 2-liter bottles. So I was buying cans, which, that's expensive. Remember when soda was so cheap? And now it's like a 24-pack of cans is almost $10. And then if you buy a little 20-ounce, it's almost $2.
Yeah.
So the soda was on sale for $1 for a 2-liter. I'm not going to lie. I bought 16 bottles.
Wow.
Because I'm like, well, there's about what I would spend in 2 weeks. And then I'm realizing like, but then looking at 2-liter bottles, I'm going, and I'm like, I can stack this away. I'm doing a little prepping for mama, what mama wants. And it woke me up to how much I was drinking. Yeah, I was a little bit in shock by how much I'm drinking. I'm like, I need to be brewing tea.
Yeah.
I need to be brewing tea. So I'm going to try and do better about meal preps and kind of knocking the soda out and drinking my water.
Yeah. I think I feel like I'm getting a good handle on those, but mine is activity. And I keep saying I'm so busy, and I am, and all the things that I'm busying myself with are good things. I'm taking care of my family, and doing all that stuff. But I'm like, okay, Tangerine, if you want to be around longer for your family, you've got to take better care of yourself. You've got to start moving. And that, for me, that's it. I work, so I'll sit at the desk for a little bit. So really the only activity that I get in usually is housework. And that's it. That is it.
When we were at the fair, I was hitting 15,000 steps a day. Okay, 15,000 steps by noon, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And then what would happen is I'd go home and like I would just crash and burn to sleep. And it felt so good. Fair is over and I'm maybe getting 5,000 steps. I can't go to sleep at night. I'm like, this is not good. I'm like, I need something to get back into that exercising because I'm right there with you. I'm like, I want to grow old well. Mm-hmm. And like for me, like the too busy part, and this is what I got mad at myself during that time when I was burning all those calories. I do really well intermittent fasting, but I had those snacks piled right up there at the front seat. I stopped intermittent fasting. And the moment I stopped intermittent fasting and I just started eating all day long constantly, my gut felt horrible. I'm just like, where if I would have just, in the busyness, if I would have just not ate,
right,
I would have felt better. And so I kind of get onto myself about if I, not using busy as an excuse and then using it and where intermittent fasting would work for that, but then not doing it.
Yeah. And that might be something, well, I did intermittent fast. We went away for the weekend, and when I came back, I waited to eat the next day because I could just feel everything that I had eaten while we were away. It was just kind of sitting heavy in my stomach, and I'm just like, I'm going to give it time to work its way through, and then eat. And then I also, the first thing I ate was a giant salad because I knew I need all the leaves, all the fiber, all the vegetables, and so I had a huge salad. But yeah, a couple of people have mentioned some of their favorite. Well, let's see. Bro Farm said walk at home on YouTube for free. I think that's the Leslie Sansone thing. I think you're talking about, which I love.
I told my husband, so we're building our house, and I told my husband we're in a small single wide trailer right now, and I can't stand to do the walk at home because the floor isn't that great. And so it sounds like a herd of elephants as I'm doing the walk at home. So we again have another raised house. And I'm like, you better build that foundation in that living room so I can do my walk at home. I don't feel like I'm shaking the house.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and Jennifer made a really good point. She said, but garden season is coming, and it is. And I'm very excited about that. But I'm also very nervous because I remember a few years ago, I threw my back out. And it was only because, well, I say only because I really feel like it's because I was so out of shape and my muscles and my back are not what they should be. And I twisted wrong and it knocked me out for a whole month. But we also, where we live, we have a wonderful gravel drive where we can walk past the goat farm and see the goats and the sheep and the cows. And so I have a wonderful place to walk. It's just a matter of doing it. And of course, I also love yoga, but it's just a matter of doing it. And so that's my thing is I keep making excuses. Oh, I've got to do this. I've got to do that. We got to run here, got to run there. There's just no time. But I know in my heart of hearts that it's because I'm not making time, and I have got to make time for myself. And again, I hate sounding like a broken record. I hate, saying that I'm going to do something and then not do it. That's not what I want to do.
Well, I'm gonna as a homeschool mom, I'm gonna quote Andrew Pudewa from IEW.
Okay.
Easy plus one.
What?
Do easy plus one.
Okay.
Do easy.
Okay.
Do something until it's easy, and then you add one thing hard. Okay. And you do it until it becomes easy, and then you add one thing hard.
That completely and totally describes my gardening journey.
Easy plus one.
Yeah.
That's Andrew Pudewa. I love it. He talks about that in writing, but he was a music instructor, and he says, that's what you do in music when you teach violin. You do it until it's easy, and then you add one thing hard. And I think that's what we need to do. Is sometimes it's so easy to go, I'm gonna, KT Oslin, I'm gonna date myself. KT Oslin would sing "Come Next Monday." That's when I'm gonna start everything. And remember that song, "Come Next Monday." going on a diet. Anyways, kind of, we always feel like we're going to start on this date and we're going to do everything. Do easy plus one. If you're used to waking up and eating, that was me at 6 a.m. out of habit. I cooked something and ate it. My easy plus one was, I'm going to wait till 10. I'm going to wait. I was waking up at 6 a.m. eating. So I was like, I'm going to wait till 8. And then when I got used to waiting till 8, I'm like, I'm going to wait till 9. I'm going to wait till 10. And that's how I worked my way down to intermittent fasting until 1 o'clock in the afternoon. It's not because I just said, I'm not going to eat till 1 o'clock. My body would have just been angry. It would have been an emotional roller coaster. Nobody would like me. But just easy plus one. So, easy plus one might be, I'm going to find all my clothes and I'm going to start making sure all my clothes are ready for when I work out. Because I'm going to tell you, the first thing that kills my idea that I'm going to work out is I can't find my socks for my shoes. And then it's like I've already emotionally exhausted myself finding socks. Then I'm kind of over going on a walk.
Yeah. Well, and I actually had the thought, which I know this is dumb because what is the thing with starts in motion, stays in motion or whatever?
Momentum.
Yeah.
I'm an engineer.
Yeah. And I was thinking the other day, it's like, well, I would like to get up first thing in the morning and get some exercise, but then I'll be tired the rest of the day and I just won't have the energy to do all the other things. And then I'm thinking, girlfriend, stop making excuses and you're tired anyway. So what's it matter? But yeah, a lot of, and stretching. I love stretching. And I've said before, I love yoga, which somebody commented on one of my things. Christians have no business doing yoga.
I actually have to go.
Okay. All right. Well, we are going to call it a day. And thank you all so much for joining us today. Is there anything?
Hey, thanks for letting me be here. And I really enjoyed getting to come crash your channel instead of you crashing mine.
Yes. Guys, in my description box below, if you are not following Trish over on her channel, Just So Trish, you can check that. Trish just left. Oops. But yeah, you can check out Trish's channel, link in the description box below. And she does Weight Watchers and she does homeschool and all that fun stuff. So thank you guys so much for joining us. This hour has rushed by. Feels like it just went by really quick. But anyway, yeah. So we will come back next week. Well, not she and I together. I'll have a Wellness Wednesday video next week. So, but anyway, thank you so much for joining me. Also, Trish and I both are on Instagram. She's Just So Trish, just SEW Trish on Instagram. And of course, I'm Tangy_Freedom Homestead. So anyway, thank you guys so much for joining me. And until next time.